Hello and welcome all FPL studiers to the first opening game week. This is your host, Suga Sean. Hopefully we're going to be able to give you the insight to the players that you need in your team to get the most points in the FPL. Now today, it's the first episode. I think that calls for a round of applause.
For sure.
Let's go. And today, we have our first two guests on. We have the last year's winner of my league, my friend's league. We have the first winner. His name goes by Demsy.
Creme de la Dems.
Creme de la Dems in the cut.
Here to share some insight and some wisdom. You know
Guys, he finished top of the league. 2,500. How much points? 2,500?
2492.
2,492.
Yeah, 2492.
We know already that wins most leagues. And then to the left of him, we have Mr. Rizak, who finished. Where did you finish last season?
I don't know.
Oh, you fifth?
Like, fifth still.
You were fifth?
Done all right first season. You're going to be like your brother soon, don't worry. Your brother won league titles before. Hopefully you become like
I'm
your
gonna
brother.
win my first story.
You're going to win your first?
I'm gonna win my first.
Okay, say no more. Well, guys, anyway, we're going to be doing this for the next couple of weeks anyway. This is our first one. We're going to be trying to update you every single week on the players that you need to have in your team. Obviously, I've already built my first FPL difficulty stuff. You can have your own FPL difficulty. Like, obviously, FPL have their own difficulty stuff. I've done my one. Hopefully, it'll pop up on the screen. This is what I believe are the hard fixtures for certain games and why I've picked my players based on my team and how I've picked them. So that's how it's going to be going. Future guests are going to be rotated. Sometimes if these two are not available, I'm going to have a league of the people that are going to have in the basically the cast members league. So it's going to be a competition between us to see who finishes top. So as the weeks go on, it's going to have a couple bit of banters with all the different cast members that are going to be on the show.
I'm trying to take that as well.
You've set yourself a high pedestal, Dems.
A very high one.
Very high.
I don't think you're doing it.
Don't forget the World Cup. You're forgetting the World Cup?
Right, but how? Yeah, the World Cup. You know, but that was Sun Dream Team, though. Don't be shameless
but
now.
whatever it is.
Whatever it is, you've been involved. This is why I had to have him on the show, guys.
I'm 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2. This is why I got to have him on the show, guys. But yeah. So what has been the basis of your teams this year? How have you looked at basing your teams for the first couple of weeks?
Wait. Before we start, let's give a round of applause to the England women.
Yes.
They done their
Sorry,
thing.
guys.
They done their thing.
We've just finished watching the game. The girls brought it home. Hopefully the man them can
Finally.
take.
Finally.
You get me? Hopefully the man them can take something from the girls' performances. Know how to grind out a result against the Germans in the final.
Some tactics as well.
And we've
Gareth
also
needs to take some tactics.
Gareth definitely. We might as well get her in as manager.
A couple tactics. I can't.
But also coming off the back and as well, guys. Let me explain to you who they support. Demsy here. Once upon a time. We didn't know who he supported. First of all, he supported Man United. We thought Man United was his team. We were like, Demsy, I thought you support Man United. Then all of a sudden it becomes Barcelona. For years he was a Barcelona fan.
Shocking.
You know, we got these kind of guys that live in England that
But I'm
support
a United
Spanish
fan,
teams.
though. Don't get it twisted, though. I'm a United fan. But I follow football. I'm a football guy. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's
Them
shocking.
times.
I hear it. But Demsy
times
now
I'm a
is a,
football man.
but you are now a fully pledged Man United fan.
I've been a fully pledged Man United fan.
Okay.
I just like the Barcelona football and stuff. You know what I mean?
And
I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of football.
He is. And beside him, we have a true.
A true.
I thought you were Chelsea, though. To be
That's
honest,
shocking.
Nah.
I thought you were Chelsea. Sure.
We have
taking a piss.
a true Liverpudlian fan on the cast.
I think I need a round of applause for myself.
I think you need to.
There's not a lot of
There's
us
not
out
many
there.
Liverpool fans around.
Not a lot.
I know you, so I have to clap for you. I don't really rate your team.
But you know what though?
Still.
You're the first of like maybe the new generation of people that I know. I know a couple of people that are older than me that kind of went off the bandwagon for Liverpool back in the
Yeah,
day.
because you had to hide. It was scary.
Yeah,
out
it was
here.
scary.
30 years of
It was
hurt.
scary.
But
we're
you
back.
lived, you
30 years
lived
of
through. Yeah, you lived through it. You didn't
Yeah.
have a league title. You was a Liverpool fan. I'll give it to you.
Now I need to represent. For the
Well,
lads.
yesterday had a bit of an insight into the way that the league started.
I'm telling you, Darwin Núñez, the next. You heard me. The next Luis Suarez.
The next
I already
level.
told you. I
It's
already
only
told you.
pre-season, lads. It's only pre-season. Let
Man
them
City Liverpool is never
teething problems.
pre-season.
Haaland's got teething problems. That's all it is.
Man City Liverpool is never pre-season. Nah.
Okay, well we've addressed that anyway. So how have you actually based your teams this year? What has been the strategy to you building your team so far?
I feel like you got to work it the best way you can in terms of having the high-priced assets.
Mm-hmm.
The Liverpool Man City guys, you can't sleep on them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you got to figure out whether you can find certain ways to get like Kane, Son, people.
Yeah.
The guys that make the difference. You know what I mean?
No, I think honestly, there's already about 5-6 players you have to have in your
Yeah.
team. You're missing out.
I think it's guaranteed now.
Yeah.
But like we was talking about earlier, I think the pricing strategy of how the FPL has run this year has accustomed to having a good couple of the big players that you need in your team, but also being able to have the valuable players that are from half decent sides that are cheap. Even the big sides have got cheap valued players.
Yeah.
Even with them guys, it's about whether or not they're starting. Like Man City attackers.
That's the problem.
Man City attackers, you don't know who's starting.
The Pep roulette.
Midfielders, you don't know who.
It's a bit more clear now that they sold Sterling and Jesus, and it's a bit more clear now. But even then, this guy, he's crazy. He'll drop someone and
Mainly,
not playing
I
for
think-
6 weeks. So.
Mainly, I think this year is about the differentials, the little 5 millions, 5.5s.
Yeah.
It's just them guys that are going to get you the added points above whoever else is in your league. That's it.
So what players do you think coming into the season has been the players that you think might stand out this year? Do you think there's going to be any breakthrough players in terms of FPL? Because obviously we know certain players, DMs and all that kind of stuff. We try to stay clear of DMs, centre halves,
Me,
ghost nines. We tend to stay away from them. But who do you think in the league
Getting
this
the
year? Do
points.
you think any players that have not really banged from last year that are going to bang this year?
I tell you what, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how Luis Diaz and Jack Grealish fare this season, to be honest.
so?
I think, especially now when they have proper number 9s next to them,
Yeah.
it's very interesting to see how it pans out, especially for Diaz, because we only got to see 6 months of him, and you can see he's a top quality player. So let's see if Mane leaving, he can fill that gap. You know what I
The
mean?
problem with Diaz, he's not a points guy. He'll give you an amazing performance. He won't get any goals or assists on the board.
I think he needs to improve on his shooting still.
I think it's a confidence thing as well. You need to bear in mind the guy don't know a lick of English. You don't know a lick of English. It's like how
about the preseason? Anybody impress you in the preseason?
Gabby Jesus?
Hasn't it?
Gabby Jesus has been a problem.
I've been looking. Obviously, I asked all you lot to send in your teams, and I got like 300 teams
I've seen a couple of them.
tweeted to me.
I've seen a couple of them.
It gives a bit of a nice insight to the people them that actually do their research and actually build their team quite valuable. You see, of all the teams that you lot put in, 2/3 of them were very, very 11 starting heavy.
Yeah.
Not much depth to the squad, and we all know in FPL you have to have deep squads because if players ain't playing and players are injured, you need to have your players on the bench scoring your points. How many times when our bench players have got 17 points and comes in and fills in?
Oh, those ones are
100%.
Multiple times. So yeah, I think Martial was in most people's teams.
Oh no, I don't see the hype.
Not Martial.
Gabriel Jesus.
Gabriel Jesus.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
go on to
Gabriel-
Martial though.
I think Gabriel Jesus is he might be the second
No, I think
most.
he's the most. He's got like almost 70% ownership. It's ridiculous.
I thought Haaland was ahead of him.
Haaland initially was ahead of him. Yeah, he's probably still up there now. I'm not sure.
Jesus-
Just check for the
It's
position.
the value.
Yeah,
They
the
got
value.
him in at 8 million.
But this is what I'm saying: the value difference of them two. And if you're looking at the opening fixtures for Arsenal, obviously Arsenal have got I think they've got a good first 5-6 weeks.
They do.
I think up until United, they've actually got a good first run of games.
They do.
But sticking to the players that I think are going to outstand this season, I was looking at a couple games as well. I was a bit impressed by Dwight McNeil.
Yeah.
Dwight McNeil.
Well, they paid £20 million for him, you know.
But it was
I don't know if
it was a glorified friendly, wasn't it?
I know, but
I
you
don't
think
really
do
know
you,
if you can take that too serious. I don't know if Everton are going to be a threat. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't know.
do you not think Frank can turn it around this year?
Nah, I don't believe in Frank at all.
You don't believe in him?
I do not believe in him.
it wouldn't help when
hope
you're selling Richarlison. To be honest,
Yeah, no.
you got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's not necessarily always going to be there. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they're going to find goals, but
I think Everton are the team that but in terms of FPL, I think they're the team that if you want goal scorers, you're going to have their midfielders and strikers in.
No.
Surely, they love goals. Frank loves games that have goals in it. So for FPL purpose, surely the attackers got to be, one or two of the attackers might be in at a certain stage of the season for you lot. I think I'm
maybe.
putting
I
him in.
mean, Anthony Gordon helped me last year. To be honest,
That's what I'm saying.
he could be one of the guys. But I don't
Nobody
know
else.
how many.
You don't think a Martial Remontada is possible this year?
No.
Nah. That guy's. Nah.
You don't fancy Martial?
At all. I don't see the hype behind him.
Do you know what though? Pre-season has got me kind of thinking that they're going to utilize him well if Cristiano Ronaldo don't stay. But this is the question: does Ronaldo stay or does he go?
I'll just stay in, I think.
I'll be honest. I've hated Martial for like the last 5 years. So
You don't see it, do you?
I'm.
Well, you are a Man United fan.
He's he's one step short of a waste of space, in my opinion. To be honest, I'm done with him.
You don't think he's back?
No.
See, I'm not a person that takes
Why would he
preseason
be
serious.
back?
I know,
Why?
but preseason looks good.
Yeah, I don't take preseason serious at all, to be honest. But then again, at the same time, it's a new manager, so you don't know what you're gonna get really, and you'll be able to see. I'm a Man United fan. You'll see from my FPL team that they're a bit of an unknown quantity, so I don't know what they're gonna do.
If I'm being honest, I think Rashford will bang off this year. That's what I
You think Rashford's going to be a good performer?
He's good value at 6.5.
Very good value.
It's ridiculous.
He's in my team, I'll tell you that much.
And he was injured last year under Oli.
Yeah, he's been utilised a lot in the friendlies. It looks like they're getting him fit to start anyway as well.
And a key part is that they're actually playing him on the left.
And if he gets back to what he was before, for 6.5 million, he's probably the best bargain, I think.
I think he's up there.
High value guys, yeah.
He's up there.
Yeah, I would say.
Any other players that you think are going to break through this season? Any fresh players to come to the league?
Brennan Johnson, I think, might do something.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. Brennan Johnson might... He for a low value player, I think he might be able to help. I think he's 6 million as a striker. I think Brennan Johnson could get a few goals. To be honest, could get a few goals.
I think Leon Bailey.
Do you think so?
Leon Bailey's good value as well.
A lot of people have picked him, but he never got played last year. I know he had a couple injuries, but
he's a £40 million signing. You think he's not going to play?
And he's 5 million.
Who do you think would play ahead of him playing for Aston Villa?
do you know what it is? It's just I don't
Bertrand Traore.
possibly. I
I
don't know.
see him playing.
Do you know what as well? And I can't lie to you. In my difficulty thing for Aston Villa, I think Aston Villa got a half decent couple.
Yeah, their first few games were quite good.
They got a couple winnable games, so I wouldn't be surprised. That's a good shout. I'm surprised.
Martinelli as well.
A lot of people are using Martinelli. Do you think he starts?
No.
Yeah, I think Martinelli starts. Yeah, I think Smith Rowe's kind of made his bed as a coming off the bench, super sub type stuff. But I think Martinelli, he's got the capability to do very well this season, and just our Arsenal front three in general, to be honest. But we're gonna get to that.
Well, I've only got one other kind of play that I've always kind of liked, but I think he's getting a bit on. I think he's getting with his age. He's starting to improve a lot more. But I think Harvey Barnes might do.
Harvey Barnes is probably their danger man outside of
Leicester,
Vardy. Outside of Vardy.
Even for him, I don't think he's worth it. 7 mil.
Yeah.
Last year he came in a bit cheaper, so it was worth it. 7 mil was a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
But they rate him.
It's hard to balance.
That's what it is. They rate him now. They're putting him alongside Zaha and Grealish. They rate him. You know what I mean? And I think he's built that for himself. So it's just he isn't necessarily the most luckiest with injuries as well. So if he can stay fit, he's going to do a lot of dirt for them. I think.
Okay.
A lot of dirt for them.
Well, let's move on to this next piece then. We'll go into the value now because we were mentioning and talking about a little bit about the value, but we'll start off with who your cheapest value defender is of the FPL this year. So going into the season. It doesn't have to be at the start of the season.
I broke it into categories, to be honest, different price ranges and stuff. Because one thing that's key is Cucurella. If Cucurella moves to Manchester City, you've got a £5 million Manchester City defender.
Yeah,
and that would be lovely. You know,
do you think they'll still? But do you think they'll? You know how Pep rotates.
No, I don't.
You don't think Kyle Walker and Cancelo are going to be playing that left and right back stuff?
I don't see him spending 50 million in this window for someone that he's just going to rotate.
Yeah,
I think Kyle Walker's getting on a bit. And I think Guardiola knows that. So I feel like if he does sign Cucurella, it's Cucurella and Cancelo for the main games.
I don't know if they're solid FPL picks though, man. You need to have solid picks that you know are guaranteed starters.
Yeah. But I just don't see why you would sign someone for 50 million if you're not going to play him.
Well, this is Pep. Pep will do that. And he'll even...
We know how Pep utilises. Look at what he done with Grealish.
They just sold Zinchenko though.
I know this, but that's the depth though,
isn't it? As well. He wasn't the main guy, but he played a lot as well. So I see...
Right, so so your cheapest value defender for you is Cucurella?
No, I broke it down to categories.
Okay.
Like different prices. So even like 4.5. A lot of the Arsenal defenders are worth for 4.5.
That's
White,
what I think.
Saliba.
And Arsenal at the start of the season are going to be playing with no Tomiyasu. So it looks like there's no Tomiyasu. So it's kind of going to be Ben White playing right back, Saliba and Gabriel playing centre back.
Yeah.
So is Tierney back?
I don't know, but
I'm not sure.
I don't know even when he comes back.
Either way, there's 4.5 good value defenders.
Definitely, Kurt Zuma's another one. Tyrone Mings. These guys will get you some clean sheet points.
Who's your standout cheapest though?
My standout,
just cheapest defender.
Cheapest value defender, yeah.
I think it's Ben White 4.5. To be fair, especially in the beginning.
I mean, he was 4.5 last year, so it's like he hasn't really moved too much. Do you know what I mean? Honorable mention to Nico Williams, by the way. Nico Williams
At Forest.
At Forest,
Yeah,
4
I've got him
million.
as well, but
I think
What's
he's
he
going to
gonna
be
do going
very
forward?
favourable
I've just
for
got-
the bench.
Yeah,
We need to see what he does
bench,
going forward, though, innit?
But I would say Cucurella at 5 million, personally. I would say.
I think Perisic 5.5 is a shout because he's playing wing back anyway.
Yeah,
And
we
we know
are
what Conte does.
completely
Yeah.
opposite.
See, the thing is,
Completely opposite.
but the thing is with
I'm gonna
Perisic,
come to Perisic at a later date.
but the only thing is with Perisic, he's an unknown entity in the league. So we don't know whether or not he's going to be able to match the kind of going forward numbers of Trent, Cancelo, Reece James, the high hitters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
but it is. But if he does turn out to be a top defender, if he turns out to be like one of those guys that gets involved with the goals and is the main
That's what I
outlet for
think
their goals,
He's going to be useful.
it could be a good value at
Sorry,
5.5.
I forgot as well. Reece James at 6 million.
that's
Reece
a shout?
James at 6 million. He's just as dangerous as Trent and Cancelo,
No,
and he's
no,
cheaper. He
I
really
can't,
is.
I can't lie though, Rizak.
He really is.
Last year, like Chelsea's outlet was Reece James on our fullbacks, Chilwell and
And
Reece
he was
James.
injured.
I've got him.
They
He
got
was
injured.
He was
I don't
injured.
think-
So I think he's just as dangerous as they are. And he's $1 million cheaper.
Yeah.
So it gives you more wiggle room.
Listen,
If
£1
you
million
have
pounds of big
if you
wiggle room.
have- Instead of Cancelo, if you have a Reece James, you've got 1 million to play with.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it all depends on who Chelsea get.
So,
fair.
so then my cheapest defender I put down was Matty Cash, I thought.
Matty
got him
Cash,
in your
is,
team?
Matty Cash is good value.
I think, no, this is what I think of. It's not for now, because remember, this is for the season.
Yeah.
Like cheap value defenders that might go up in price, might start off well, but obviously I attack differently the league at the start of the season to how other people attack the league. But I thought Matty Cash at his value, £5 million, I think he was.
It was round about what he was last year, though, to be fair.
But I think he's just at that cheap, because you got to remember the cheapest defenders are £4 million. So your value defenders are most of the time going to be 4.5. Normally there's only one £4 million defender that actually plays
yeah.
games for their main team.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have got Vestergaard in there at £4 million.
Patterson as well.
Yeah.
Patterson, I think he's going to play quite a lot for Everton, but do you trust Everton? Is the
Yeah.
question. You know what I mean? But $5 million though for cash is good value. There are a couple defenders at $5 million. To be honest, Zinchenko's another one as well. There are a couple good options at $5 million.
Yeah, that's one. I was-
Kieran Trippier.
Yeah.
We
That's
have
a
to give
shout,
him,
to
we have
be
to give
fair.
him a shout, definitely.
last 6 months of last season, he was all right still.
When he was fit.
When he was fit.
When he was
yeah.
fit, yeah, definitely. And it's going to be,
He was getting points on the board.
he's going to give them a different element when he's playing. So
Okay. So midfield. Cheapest value midfielder.
cheapest value midfielder. Again, like I told you, I broke it down into categories. But if you're going to ask me for one, to be honest, it's either Martinelli at 6 million or Riyad Mahrez at 8. Because I think Riyad Mahrez should be alongside Sterling, to be honest.
10?
I think Riyad Mahrez being down with Foden and Mount, and I think you can get a steal.
The same sort of numbers.
You can get-
That's probably why. Sterling.
as Sterling in that, yeah. Not as
Or do you think Sterling's overpriced? Oh, we'll go back to that.
I wouldn't say Sterling's overpriced, but we'll get
I've
into that.
got-
But I think Mahrez at 8 million, he's in that category of 8 million with people that are not as good as him. Point blank period. Saka and Kulusevski and Luis Diaz as well. Sorry, I should say Mahrez and Diaz. But I think they should be maybe at least at 9, I would say. Because they're going to give you that output.
Rizak?
I've got Bruno. Do you know the one from Newcastle?
Yeah, Bruno's...
Bruno G. He's got 6 million and he scored a couple goals for them in the later half of last season. Plus, I think Newcastle's on the rise.
They are on the rise.
We only beat them 1-0 last season.
They are on the rise.
And it was a fluky goal from, I think, Naby
I've
Keita.
got them in my notes. I said Newcastle's going to be very interesting to
so
watch.
I see them doing a mad thing, to be fair, this season. I see them probably finishing top 10.
Mid-table, I'd say.
10.
First.
10th at best.
I've gone for Dwight McNeil, I mentioned earlier.
How much was he at?
5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
He's
I
one
mean,
of those players.
I
I
rate-
just have a feeling with him. I felt like at Burnley he was in the wrong system.
Yeah.
He was clearly their best player, and I just think now that he's at Everton, where they're an attacking side,
Oh, you don't
I think if
Cornet
they
was
play
better
him,
than last year?
nah. I think Dwight
Cornet's
McNeil
still
was. I think Cornet had obviously had big moments. He scored points. But in terms of the best player on the pitch, I think Dwight McNeil. But I just think he needs the system around him.
You could get Neto for that same price. I think
5.5,
Neto's
yeah.
more.
Neto is
proven.
Neto.
He was injured last season.
Neto is injured. This is the problem. That's the only thing. We don't know what Neto we're gonna get now, but he is cheap value. He is good. I can't lie. He
Neto,
might be in my team.
Even Gordon as well. You have to give Gordon a shout out.
Gordon,
as well.
yeah, he did perform well
Gordon at
last season.
5.5.
Good youth player.
It's a good shout as well.
Steering clear of Everton completely.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
Okay. All right. Well,
I think we made a mention on that attack because
Attack.
I don't see anyone else other than Gabriel Jesus at 8 million. That is.
Do you think that's the best
definitely-
value? Do you think it should be more value?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I saw Callum Wilson at 7.5.
Do you like it?
I prefer it. I think it's the same as last year.
I'd say
I'm
that's
sure.
that's where he should be.
The only thing is with £7.5 million strikers, it's kind of like you're sacrificing your midfield price. Because if you got 7.5, if you got two big hitters up front, normally people go two big hitters up front because we know the midfielders get the most points in the league. You got clean sheet points. Unless you're a bagsman up top, you're normally only playing one. You're probably only playing two, if not one striker.
Yeah, I mean, if you see the people that he's in and around with, the Antonios, and I think that's his level. I think that's his level, to be honest. But would you say Jesus is 0.5 more? Should be 0.5 more than that? That's what I think. Jesus.
I don't, I've got Jesus in because pre-season he's ripping it up. But I don't want to dive into the Arsenal hype. I think Arsenal always do this.
Fairs.
So he could have an amazing pre-season, but I think they'll lose to Palace at home. That's the thing.
They probably will. No, I think they're away, but they'll probably will lose, to be fair. So, but even then, it's more than one game. You know what I mean? So I think Jesus has to be. I'm not surprised he's in 60% of people's teams.
Okay. So let's move on to the strikers.
Yeah, I've already made a mention of Jesus, but do you think there's any...
Sorry, strikers. We're on strikers. You said Jesus. Who was your forward? You said Callum Wilson.
No, I haven't got him in my team. I said he's a shout.
No, but he's a value. So who do you think that he's the best value striker?
Best value? No. Best value is Jesus. I'm saying I don't believe Jesus is gonna do what I want him to do.
Well, I think personally the best value striker for me was Martial.
You reckon?
What is he at 7?
I just think that he is going to be the player. No. What, I don't know why, Dems. Why do you not fancy him?
The guy was at Sevilla last year, bro.
I think
they stopped playing him after.
The proof's in the pudding.
£7 million, I think, is a bargain.
I think Tony at 7 million might be worth more. Mitrovic at 6.5.
Mitrovic.
Do you know what though? He's been banging in the preseason.
Mitrovic.
Yeah.
But this is Fulham. That's
I know.
He's taking the penalties at least, though.
The same thing.
He's taking the penalties at least. Mitrovic is the kind of guy who'll score 4 goals or 10 goals. That's what I would say. So, I don't know. I just don't see Martial. I don't see it. I mean, I'm hoping he proves me wrong, but I don't see it.
All right. Well, then let's move on to the next category of what I say is top performing defenders for the season.
That's the big hitters, man.
Who do you think could be the top? Yeah, I know it might be a clean sweep, so it might be a quick topic.
Big
so,
hitters.
top performing defender.
Trent.
Again.
Yeah, I think Trent as well. I don't think there's much to it. I think there's guaranteed plays you have to just have in there. I think Trent is one of them.
Yeah, if you don't have Trent in your team, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. So if that's the defenders, let's go into the midfielders. So I think that's a bit of a clean sweep as well.
The best point for point man in the league.
Thiago.
Nah.
Thiago?
It's Mohamed Salah. It's Mohamed Salah.
Yeah,
100%. If you don't have him in your team,
no.
it's suicidal.
I don't think Salah is if you don't have him in your team, you're crazy, because there are a couple. There's Son, and there are a couple other options, but
I mean, Son he had a very, very good season last season, but he's not. I don't think he's doing that again. 23 non-penalty goals. Salah's the only guy, 100%. Against all these small teams, anyone in the bottom 10, Salah's getting a goal.
It's the penalties, isn't it? It's like, I think with the Sun thing, obviously he's not on pens. So I think Salah's pretty much a clean sweep, innit?
Yeah, no, I just don't think you're crazy if you don't have Salah in your team.
Yeah. And I think
you're crazy if you don't have Trent in your team.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They are the two main man, innit?
Yeah, they're the two main man in this whole thing.
Right.
I got Salah in my team, to be fair, so I'm not crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised, because I don't even know the word. Forsaken Salah second half of the season last year, so, and I went for Son, and I won the league, didn't I?
we can't talk about it. He's won the league, Rizak. You ain't won the league yet.
For me.
I've won the league the year before. Dempsey won this year.
It worked for me.
Rizak, you need to come up this year still.
Nah, this year's my year. Don't worry, this year's my year.
But then your brother going to have something to say about that. He's going to be moving tapped.
Yeah,
He's going to say, I'm back.
Let's not forget KDB as well, man. We have to
KDB's up there still,
but
but it's just with him, I think that we know with City, they've got so many hitters all over the place.
Well, I think
He's
KDB is the
integral.
guaranteed starter,
Yeah.
the game changer.
He's integral.
But what is he, 12 million?
Yeah.
That's a bit mad in my eyes.
You reckon?
12 million, and I don't know. I don't think he had a great season last season. So I didn't have him in my team.
He came in clutch that one day, though. I'll tell you that
that
much.
one game, remember I had him captain
One
against
game he
Wolves.
came in clutch.
I had him triple captain against Wolves.
Against Wolves.
I had triple captain
9
Kevin.
points.
Everybody
9
used
points.
Salah Everybody used Salah for that double game week, and everyone wasted on Salah. I said, nah, I'm holding on. I'm going to find the game at the end of the season. KDB, 4 goals.
But I had him as well, but he sounded a lot more confident than me, innit? I was...
You were just hoping.
I feel like I pulled something out of the hat there, to be honest. I was scared about where I'm going to use it, to be honest, but end up using it correctly, so I'm happy with that.
Right, so let's move on to the strikers. I think this is pretty much... Well, this ain't actually pretty much a foregone conclusion, actually. We've got actually a couple strikers this year that might look like they're going to put up some goals.
We have a couple.
But after yesterday...
Yesterday, the amount of tinkering I was doing to my team.
People were scratching their heads yesterday after Thing missed that open goal.
Haaland was... Nah.
He's gonna have teething problems. It's normal. City playing without a false nine the whole time. You bring in now a big hitter. That's just gonna throw everything off. So
11.5 though.
They need to figure themselves out. But I see a lot of people, even when I'm looking on Twitter and stuff, I see a lot of people have gone with Haaland. Bro, I'm screaming. You can't look away from Kane. Sorry, you can't look away from Kane. Kane is proven. Kane, Southampton at home. I see 2 goals for him there. It's going to start me well.
I think Conte is going to get the best out of Kane and Son this season. I think they're going to be firing. This is what I think we're going to have to worry about Tottenham this year.
Yeah, but come on. Haaland, City, they scored 99 goals last year without a bloody
but
striker.
the dynamic is different now.
Now they're playing for him.
Yeah,
it's like the same.
It's not against Liverpool.
It's
He's
not the
playing
same.
Bournemouth, Palace.
But it's the same. It's the same. It's the same concept that we have when we talk about Darwin Núñez. How we've tried to think about Darwin Núñez fitting into the Liverpool system. Same way Haaland might have to fit into this system, and it might be a bit difficult for him to score the goals as well. They're going to have to adapt to his style of play.
If
he
that's
what it
can't
is.
score goals, he's fucking shit.
Nah, I don't.
He's fucking shit.
I don't see it like that because
How? You've got the best
They
passer
don't-
of the ball
Yeah,
in
but
the
they-
world in the team.
no, but they haven't been playing with a focal point, number 9. So they're not used to looking for that guy. They're
Maybe
looking
they
for
can adapt.
Aguero only
cutbacks,
left,
edge
2
of the
seasons
box.
ago?
Yeah, but even then, Aguero, the way Aguero plays, he drops off, he comes back, he goes to the side, comes to the other side. He's not in between the 2 centre backs.
If Haaland
Do you know
doesn't
what I
get
mean?
20
But he
goals
can
this
he
season-
can run in behind though. So that little clip over the top, I think KDB is going to have a
No,
couple of clips in
100%.
the backs.
100%. I think they had a chance to do that yesterday, and obviously they got stuff to figure out, so it didn't really work out. But he will score goals, but I just don't see him getting more than Kane. I just
doesn't score
you got to stick with what you know. If people are screaming Salah, you're crazy to have Salah. I don't see how you can't have Kane.
I don't rate Kane at all, to be fair. I wouldn't mind not having him.
Kane's my top performer. I think he's going to be the top point scorer for up front this season anyway.
No,
Yeah, 100%.
Bruv,
I actually don't have a doubt. 100% Kane scoring.
Salah's
more
proved it
points.
first 4
No,
years.
No,
as a
but
striker,
strikers in the FPL.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Remember this is
Kane-
FPL show.
100% over Haaland. 100%.
Yeah, I think I'm just
100%.
I'll go with you still, Dempsey. I can't lie, but I'm trying to back Haaland on a blind backing.
No,
I think
but-
that
yeah, it's
I think the
blind, yeah.
potential for it is there. I think he might bag. He could
say
potentially
that,
bag more goals.
But I say that, but at the same time, it's like me personally, my whole way I'm looking at this season is Kane and Haaland are just going to swap between each other. Do you know what I mean?
It's just about picking them at the right
whatever's
times.
the favourable game, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
right now, start of the season, I'm going with Kane, but there might be a 4-5 run of fixtures where I'm going to go for Haaland.
Yeah.
But it's just you can interchange the two.
Yeah.
So are you starting off?
I'm starting 100% starting off Harry Kane.
You're not starting this.
All right, look, we'll go into our teams. We'll go into our
I think
teams.
City have got the
We'll
best
go into
run
our
of
teams
fixtures.
after.
You
Let's
reckon?
just-
I think Liverpool got a better run of fixtures.
We'll go into the fixtures next.
Yeah.
Let's just finish off this part.
Yeah.
We're gonna go now into the last category: overpriced defenders for the season. Who do you think are overpriced?
Perisic.
Do you think Perisic is overpriced?
I think he's great
See,
value.
Rizak thinks he's undervalued
Perisic.
and he thinks he's great value.
He's great
Dempsey
value.
thinks he's overpriced.
Nah, there's a method to my madness. If Perisic was listed as a midfield and he was 5.5, he would be on my
Yeah.
high value list. He's 5.5 defender. No.
But do you not think that there's value in there that Tottenham are going to be just defensive anyway? Do you think defensive are going to leak goals? Do you think Tottenham are going to leak goals this year?
no.
And I think he's going to play
But
wing back.
I don't know why he's 5.5 because Doherty and Emerson Royale are 5 million and they're going to offer the same stuff. I don't see why.
It's only half a million though, innit?
Perisic is different kettle of fish.
No, but at the same time, I think they priced it really well. So I'm kind of nitpicking right now, to be honest. Another one's Marcus Alonso. I don't know why Marcus Alonso was 5.5. He's not even going to play.
I don't know why.
I think he's starting though.
He's starting now, but obviously Chilwell needs to get.
Yeah, but he is
his
going to
feet
start off though.
under him. Yeah.
And we know how we play as a wing-back system. If we are playing that wing-back system start of the season, you know our wing-backs get involved in goals.
That was my overpriced.
Alonso?
No, Chilwell.
Chilwell.
I think I haven't seen nothing of him.
If you were close
6
enough to me,
mil.
I would have spotted you because he's my overpriced defender.
No, but
Start of the season, they know
last year though. That's why
he is, but I don't think he's as involved with the play going forward as Reece James will be for this season.
No, I don't see how they're the same price.
Yeah.
But I think Chilwell for 6, I don't think it's overpriced.
I think it's overpriced only because of the situation we're in at the moment where he's injured and he's only just coming back. So 6 million to start off.
6 mil for a
they can go up in value. We know that defenders go up in value.
value.
They can go down in value. I think Chilwell is one of those defenders that you don't need to steer clear of early doors. People have got Chilwell in their teams.
I don't see why. I don't
understand why because I don't think he's starting.
I think if you're backing for any defender,
he needs to build himself up first anyway. But I don't see it as something crazy. But then again, I feel like we're nitpicking. Really, if we're talking about Chilwell and Perisic, we're nitpicking.
Right, midfielders. Who do you think is overpriced?
Overpriced.
I'm going Bruno Fernandes. I don't see him doing a wink this season.
Do you think so?
Yeah, 10 mil. That's ridiculous in my opinion.
It's like when you choose him, it's like you're obviously picking. It's hard to get like the big, massive hitters in midfield altogether. So if you're having him in your team, you're kind of sacrificing a Heung-min Son or a Salah or a KDB.
And you can always slide in maybe 1.8 if you're lucky or 7.5.
Yeah, no, I don't see if I'll ever have Bruno Fernandes in my team this season, to be honest. But then again, I do think 10 million sounds about right because he was like 11 point something last year. So it's like he's taking a hit and we see why. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's nitpicking. Me, I only had one option that wasn't really an option. It was just to have it as an option. I think Bowen should be with the rest of the guys at 8 million.
At 8, yeah,
I don't think Bowen should have an edge over them. If anyone should have an edge, it should be Mahrez, in my opinion.
I think Bowen 8.5 is ridiculous. I know he had an amazing season last season, but I don't think he's doing anything like that again.
I think they know him now. It's that whole second season thing where
second season
where they get you figured out.
Yeah. Well, my overpriced midfielder I would put as KDB.
My guy.
Yeah, you both alluded to it, but
do you know why? It's because I just think that when you've got the price of Salah, what Salah is, I think it's always going to be evident that he's going to get that 60, 70 points more than what Salah is over the season. Yeah. So I just don't think that for that price, I'd rather pick someone else a bit more valuable that might be able to. There's a lot of midfielders in this FPL that can put up the numbers that KDB puts up, and at cheaper numbers.
I think he got 15 Premier League goals last year.
No, but like if you look at the points, from last season, what was let me go into it.
Can you find it?
No, but Kevin De Bruyne, because Kevin De Bruyne last season he scored 196 points.
196.
196
that's
points.
That's on the higher end, but
and Heung-min Son, who is the same price now. He's the same price. He got 62 more points more than him. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is £2 million cheaper.
And got what?
And got 151 points on a stinky season, to be honest. Yeah. Sterling got 163 points, weren't even a starter. Yeah, like that regular.
30-point difference.
Because obviously,
30-point difference.
The thing about KDB,
Jared Bowen got 206.
The most points that you get is for goals. And you just named Sterling and Heung-min Son, who's been scoring goals.
But that's why the value is in these kind of players.
That's what FPL's about.
That's
what I'm saying. FPL's about.
It is, but
the most.
I'm not mad at KDB at 12 million. I didn't go for him, but I'm not mad at it. Do you know what I mean? He was 12 million last year anyway, and he had a really good season last year. So I don't see him going down.
I don't think he had a good season, but
you reckon? No. I think he had a really good season last year.
He had good numbers. He had. Well, you get crucial numbers together in the right place. You score hat tricks.
I think he scored crucial goals at crucial times.
The only game he played well in, probably the only time he played well, was probably after Wolves. Before Wolves, he was bloody shit.
You reckon?
You know, bro, no one was talking about KDB that year. No, he pops up, scores 4.
I think
and then he did get points though. No, he got a lot of points.
The 2 games he played against Chelsea in the league last year,
bonus points. He got. I think he got 33 bonus points last year.
3-1 and 1-0. The 1-0 he scored the goal and won the game.
Yeah.
The 3-1 he was playing false number 9 and he was on fire.
Right. Well, that's enough of the midfielders. Let's go on to the strikers.
Overpriced strikers.
Yeah.
I think the strikers are
I think they're well praised.
I
went Timo Werner.
Yep, same.
Timo Werner.
I went Timo as well.
Timo Werner should
I've got 2 Chelsea players in these most overpriced.
Looking back, I got Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. Do you think he's going to have a bad season?
I think he's just done. Like his legs are done.
It is a bit of one of those prices that are a bit too much.
It's there for his name, but then CR7 is very similar.
Ronaldo got 150. There weren't much points between them last season.
I think they should be on the same level.
Ronaldo got what, 17 goals last season?
Yeah, I think Vardy got about 15 or
Now
something
Vardy
like that.
Vardy did get the goals, but he just went under the
He was
under the
injured.
radar.
He was
Vardy
injured a
was
lot, and I
injured
think
though.
the same thing's gonna happen this
133
season.
points. Yeah, he's getting to a
the
bit
thing.
older now. He might
Yeah,
not be able to
Vardy
score
at
points.
9.5 with his injury history, it's not necessarily
Also,
ideal.
I think this one's a howler. Richarlison at 8.5, I think is a bloody howler. I
think?
don't see that man getting more than 120 points this season. I don't even see where he starts.
You're
for
right.
Spurs.
I don't think he starts.
So
Yeah.
him at 8.5
Yep, you're
is,
right.
is just
Yeah, I just don't get why they
Monster
signed him in the
as well.
first place.
Yeah.
But if he was at Everton, then it would be a bit more feasible. But at Tottenham, I don't see it. Unless he's going to change the system, I don't see it.
It's a bit of common sense to kind of not have him in your
I
team
don't think
anyway.
many people are going to. How many people have him? Can you see it?
for Vardy.
Yeah, no, for Richarlison.
0.3%.
0.3%. I think the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. No one's going for Richarlison. Richarlison himself might not go for him, to be honest.
Right. Right. Well, let's move on now. We're going to preview our teams. Now, I need to see you lot's team, actually. You have to send me your teams. Dempsey, send me your team on Twitter so now I can see your team. Wanted to hide it from everyone so that when we get to the table, we can all see their teams right live so we know what they're working with now.
So that's the thing. The thing is with me, it's always
Dempsey, you
changing.
can send my team. Rizat, you can
Always.
send it to my Snap.
I was going to send it to you on text.
You can send it to me on text. But yeah, this is we're gonna preview our teams now anyway. We're gonna look at who we're gonna pick for the start of the season, who we're gonna preview for the start of the season. We're gonna look at the opening fixtures and we're gonna see what our best picks are and see how these teams are lined up for the start of the season. So Rizak, you sent me your team. Let me save that. Dempsey, let me see your team. Let me save that.
Hold on to that still. I want to see Sean's though, slightly.
Yeah, I want to send it. I'm gonna send it to you.
He hasn't shown me
I see
nothing.
his one slightly as
You know how
well.
many times I've tried to get out this week?
I swear.
Why? I'm trying to get out of bed. He said, yeah, just wait.
All right, let me. Do you know what it is? I've been changing around so I can see things. Innit? So I'm gonna show
No,
you.
this
now.
isn't my final team. Yeah, I just want to let that be known.
Right.
I feel like I'm kind
screenshot
of
it.
set on it, to be honest. Now, because I've done 1,000 changes, but I think I'm set on it now, to be honest.
Right, I see that
Unless, but you'll see what there's something there that might potentially change. But other than that, I think
Yeah,
I'm
we've
quite
got potential
settled.
changes in it.
I think I'm quite settled, to be honest. Depends on some
Right, I
transfer
sent it.
activity, you know what I mean?
Right, I sent it
Transfer
anyway.
activity.
Right, let me go to Rizak's team first. Right, you've gone with Edison in goal.
Yeah.
I think I also have Edison in goal.
Yeah, I went for Edison and goal as well.
You know what it is? I think Man City's first couple fixtures, for Man City, they should be all clean sheets, all wins.
Yeah.
I've tried to- I've
West
tried
Ham
to
is going to
get-
be difficult.
Right. If you look at the Man City starting fixtures, obviously you've got West Ham away,
And
got
then it's
Bournemouth
just
at
easy
home,
after- It's just completely easy.
Newcastle away, Palace at home, Forest at home, Villa away, Spurs at home,
That's all wins.
Wolves away. They all look like, I can't lie to you,
Are
at
they
the start of the
clean sheets,
season. Yeah, but they look like clean sheets. Like
They look
they're,
like
they're,
clean sheets, yeah.
they got West Ham away is their first game of the season.
might
Might
be
be
a
a bit tricky, but after that, Bournemouth at home looks like a gimme. Newcastle away,
Edison might score.
Newcastle might have goals, but
Then
Palace at home, Forest at home.
Villa away.
That's
doesn't
clean
matter.
sheets.
That's
I think
clean-
that's like 3 clean sheets.
guaranteed.
But I think Liverpool are quite similar. I've only got Edison in my as my goalkeeper to try to free up space for other Liverpool players.
The
So-
only thing I didn't, Alisson apparently was injured, innit?
he's
So
injured,
that's
yeah.
why he didn't play.
But he should play next week, though. Apparently.
Yeah, well, I still don't want to take that risk. I don't know. Because imagine having your goalkeeper injured. I'm gonna have bloody.
You got Allison. You got Allison in goal.
Me?
Have you got Allison?
No. I've got Edison.
You got Edison.
Yeah, I've got Edison.
Oh, sorry. You two have got Edison. I've got Allison.
You've got Alisson. Yeah, yo,
Okay,
man.
I've had a howler.
Edison.
Yo, man.
No, do you know what it was though?
Nah, I don't think it's mad. I had Alisson as
I can't argue with either of them two
Yeah,
because both of their start. I think Liverpool and City.
I forgot overpriced player Hugo Lloris at 5.5. Anyway,
But yeah, Liverpool, City. Like look at Liverpool fixtures. Fulham away, first game of the season. Palace at home.
that's a dub.
United away. Might be a
dub
bit
as well.
tricky.
That's a dub. That's a dub, innit?
It might be tricky though.
I tried to tell him
That's a
that.
dub.
It might be
That's an
tricky.
easy
No,
fixture.
but it is a bit of a tricky fixture. It's not one of those ones that are clear cut.
depends
Yeah,
what
it's
they're
not
on.
an easy fixture, but it's a dub.
Yeah.
Depends what they're on, basically.
Bournemouth at
I don't even
home.
rate my own team.
Bournemouth at home.
Yeah.
Newcastle at home. Everton away.
Yeah, man.
Wolves at home. And then it gets to Chelsea away. That's where it
that's
kind
7
of.
wins in a row.
But that is 7 games for both
That
teams
should be clean wins.
that look like they could clean wins.
Clean wins, no goals.
Yeah,
conceded.
it looks like clean wins.
Basically.
I think personally, if you don't have them lot in your teams, Like
No, but some
them
people
defenders.
for value.
I
Some
think you
people
got to
are
go.
looking
But
for Mendy for value, to be honest.
no, I don't know about Chelsea.
I had Mendy in my team
Chelsea
for value.
got-
Mendy, I
Chelsea
think
got
Mendy
Spurs.
should be in the
Chelsea got
5.5
Everton away,
category,
then
though.
Spurs at home, and then we got a run of 3 games that look all right. Leeds away, Leicester at home, Southampton. But then we got West Ham, Fulham away, Liverpool at home.
It's not
And
much
the
different.
thing is,
Just Chelsea are in
yeah,
the
but the
mud.
thing is,
That's
we
what it
don't
is.
know where we stand right
Yeah,
now with
Chelsea
how
are in
we're
the
going to
mud. That's
play.
what it
So
is.
we might concede goals or whatever. So I think personally, the way how the games are set up, I think you need to kind of have Liverpool defenders in the start of the teams. Liverpool defenders, Liverpool goalkeepers, Man City goalkeepers, Man City defenders. I think that's a gimme for this first couple of games. And also, I think if you're looking at the fixtures at the start of the season, look at Arsenal's fixtures. They got Palace away,
Yeah, Arsenal got ridiculous.
Leicester at home, Bournemouth away, Fulham at home, and then Villa at home again. Until they get to United, the first 5 games for Arsenal could potentially be
All dubs.
all dubs.
Literally.
Liverpool, City, and Arsenal players have to be in your sides.
My team's here.
Yeah, so Rizak, let's just read out for your team, your starting team anyway. So you have got which one is yours?
4-4-2.
The one with Haaland.
4-4-2.
Did you hear what I was talking about Kane?
Okay. So you've got Edison in goal. Trent, you're going to see this on the screen as well, guys. So you're going to see the teams. Edison in goal. Alexander-Arnold at right back. Cancelo, James, Ben White.
Solid.
Looks solid. I think my team is exactly the same at the back.
No, but the only thing is, I've put in Ben White like 2 hours ago. That last centre back or last defender slot for my 4 at the back could change.
But I think that back 4 there screams goals, screams goal involvement.
Only shaky
minus
one's
Ben
Ben
White.
White. Yeah, it's just minus Ben
Minus Ben White. But then Ben White is going to be probably deployed at right back at the start of the season. So,
He's going to be part of a strong Arsenal back.
but then they look like they're going to get clean sheets anyway.
sheets.
So that's going to be a good couple points in there anyway.
I don't know. I might just get rid of either Bailey or Neto because I want to free up some money for Zinchenko. I think he will do amazing for them going forward as well.
Do you think he's going to get into the team?
Zinchenko.
He'll play somewhere.
Zinchenko starts.
Instead of
you think
either
so?
Tierney or
Tierney's
Xhaka,
injured,
he'll
Zinchenko.
start.
Yeah,
I'll
Zinchenko will
say.
starting.
As far
innit?
as
He'll
the
start
ones-
somewhere.
He might be a good pick as well. That's what I'm saying. He's a good pick. Right, Dempsey, your back 4 is your back 3.
Back 3.
You're starting off with Trent, Cucurella, and James. You're banking on this Cucurella deal to go through.
That's the one thing that I mentioned that it could change. 'Cause that frees up a little bit of money.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
thinking about Sven Botman at Newcastle, to be honest.
Fairs.
But it's going to free up a little bit of money, Cucurella. But I got Ben White on the bench, but I want my midfield is where I'm looking, where's all the money's gone. You know what I mean? So
That's fairs. Right, midfield for you, Dempsey, is Bruno. Is you're the 5 in the midfield? Yeah, you're the 5. Bruno, Ramirez, not Bruno.
Not Fernandes, no.
Yeah,
No,
guys,
no.
whack. Salah, Rashford, Mahrez, Martinelli. Looks solid.
I'm looking for goals.
Looking for
Points.
goals.
I'm looking for points. If I'm going anywhere in this league, it's because of my midfield. Oh, and Harry Kane. Sniper here, not there.
Rizat, you've got Salah, Saka, Bruno Ramirez, and Bailly. Looks a bit tame in midfield, I
Do
think.
you think so? Nah, I had Rashford.
Yeah, Leon
in.
Bailey, he's a bench guy, man.
Yeah.
You can't be starting him.
You got Neto on your
Neto-
you got Neto on your bench. I think Neto can come in
Neto
and
against
start.
Leeds,
They're-
it could be a swap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
They're both bench guys.
Saka, if Jesus ain't
You
scoring,
think Neto's a bench guy?
Yeah,
Is
I
it?
I think people are gonna have Neto on their bench for value and stuff like that. But
5.9, you have to.
you need to be.
But I
going
think he's
for-
a good. I think he can
He is,
potentially
he is.
have a good season.
He is, but Wolves, they're a bit of an unknown entity, man. You don't really know what you're gonna get with him. Jimenez just got injured.
Is it?
Yeah, so
Well, I got
really know what
Neto.
to do.
I got Neto, Rashford, Mount, and Salah.
See,
of
I
course
think
you're gonna
Mount-
have Mason
yeah,
Mount.
Mount-
on your
Gotta have
team,
Mason.
Of course,
Gotta have money, Mace. Mace.
of course you can have Mason on your team. But
Yeah, but gotta have Mace. But you know what it is? It's just facts. He had 10 goals last season, 11 assists or something like that. 11 goals, 10 assists, 10 assists, goals. Or I can't remember which way around it was. But Mount is involved in a lot of our goals.
I'm,
but
just
you lot
like
in
I
the
said,
mud.
I'm staying away from Everton.
We are in the mud, but I have to take a gamble with one or two of my players.
I hear that.
Reece James has to come into my team.
I made a gamble with Rashford, to be fair. So
I think
hear
I'm
that.
gambling with Rashford as well. I think Rashford. We were talking about Rashford as the
Yeah.
value. I think Rashford's great
He was in
value.
my team yesterday, but then I saw Bruno G, and he is everything that's going on at Newcastle is going through him.
Yeah.
So he's going to be involved.
But that's when I was telling you about the one change. I was looking at Cucurella. Him and Rashford are linked.
Yeah.
If Cucurella doesn't make the move, he comes out. Rashford comes out. Someone else comes in.
Well, the common trend anyway across our teams is that we all have Salah in that midfield.
100%.
And I think it's quite obvious that we're going to have him in this. So.
100%.
You have to.
Yeah.
100%.
Right, let's go up to the forwards
What's
anyway.
your defenders? You didn't tell us your defenders.
My defenders.
did
I told you, it's the same as Rizak's.
Ah, okay.
I've got
So there are quite a few similar players.
yeah, I've
in
got
our teams.
Vestergaard on my bench because he's the most valued. He's actually the most picked.
What is he, 4.5?
Yeah,
4
but
million,
he
I
might
think.
rotate with the Leicester team, but he's only there
I
just
think
in
it's
case.
4 million.
Most of the time, you're going to want to play 3 at the back anyway.
So
I don't
They're
like playing
picking him
4.
more than Nico Williams.
He's
Nico
actually
Williams
picked a
might
lot.
actually help.
No, but
people.
as the cheapest, because he's like 4 million Vestergaard.
Oh,
Yeah, so is Nico Williams.
Yeah,
Nico Williams 4 million as well.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's just literally who you want on your bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Leicester might be able to nick a couple of clean sheets here and there, but you have to be lucky with him starting. You don't know if he's going to start or not. So that's all right. But yeah, going on to the forwards, and all 3 of us, oh no, we don't. Dempsey, you have got Kane up front at the start of the season.
100%.
Do you know what? Tottenham's fixture list,
I don't think it's great.
they read all right. Southampton at home, Chelsea away, Wolves at home, Forest away, West Ham away, Fulham at home. It's not bad.
I tell you what,
Let's-
Harry Kane, the fixture list don't matter.
You just think he
He's
scores.
getting his
Come
goals.
on.
Fairs,
getting
I
his
hear it,
goals.
I hear it.
No. Even last year,
getting
against
his
the big
goals.
teams, they were all right. The small teams, remember Brentford last year?
They
were
had their
shocking.
moments, yeah, but that was
So
pre Conte.
No,
That
Conte
was
there.
that was them. They had their moments, but he was really bad at the start of last season, but obviously he came up leaps and bounds in the second
Yeah.
half. You know what I mean?
Well, you've
Salah went down.
Well, it seems like as if everyone's got that same kind of system for their front 3 anyway, that they've all got players on the bench that ain't really going to play.
Yeah.
So-
100% Taylor. I mean,
Yeah.
Taylor, yeah.
You both have got Taylor.
I don't know who that
I've got Greenwood. I don't know about the other one.
It's
Greenwood.
either
Yeah,
Taylor or Greenwood. It's either Taylor or Greenwood.
It's either Taylor or Greenwood, but that Greenwood plays for Fulham. Leeds, sorry. That guy plays for
plays
Leeds.
for Leeds,
But yeah, so that is our teams anyway. You guys, you can see our teams.
Bench
We're going to
boost
have them put up on the screen now so you can compare all 3 teams. I actually said for all of you lot to send in your teams, and I wanted to pick the favourite of my best ones that I thought I saw. And it actually came quite later and into the day today, to be honest. There's a couple of them. A couple teams I've looked at, I was like, they ain't got really much of a bench. Good solid starting 11, but not much of a bench. But there was a guy who sent in a tweet. His name is @OllieCorbs. Your team will be on the screen now. He said he might change. He said he might change his team, but he's solid in my opinion, he said. But he's got Mendy at the back. You'll see his team come up on the screen anyway. Mendy at the back, in goal. Cancelo. It's a bit different. It's like something that I never really had. But he's got Cancelo, Alexander James. He's got Tyrone Mings in there. He has Neto, Salah, and Son. So he's accommodated Neto. He's accommodated Salah and Son into his team,
He's gone for the big dogs.
which I like because it is a bit of a gamble because they are the big hitters in midfield from last season. And he's also been able to accommodate Rashford in there.
That sounds alright.
And he's got Jesus and he's got Martial out front. I think it's different. I like the Martial shout. So if
is different.
if
I get
Haaland
that.
and Kane don't bang, he might be benefiting off this team. That's what I like. That's only it's a little bit different. And he's got
He's got double United.
Differentials.
he does. He does have double United.
He's definitely a
United
United fan,
fan.
100%.
He might. He does. He might be a
United
Man United fan.
Well,
but-
he's more of a fan than me. I'll tell you that much. I don't trust my guys
But
at all.
yeah, his bench as well. Like he had Fraser Forster in goal. He's got Fraser Forster on his bench. Obviously he's moved over to Tottenham. Might be able to nick a game here or there because Lloris might get injured or he might just have a couple howlers. But
Probably.
yeah, he had Andreas on his bench. A lot of people seem to have Andreas Pereira in their team from
Yeah.
Fulham.
Oh, yeah.
So he's going to start. He's a good cheap value.
4.5, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll start for Fulham.
Should-
Yeah, he's going to
mentioned
start.
him.
He's going to
Should have
start. But I
mentioned
just don't know whether. We should have mentioned him, but he might not start. He might not obviously score the goals because in preseason he hasn't really scored many goals or been involved. But and he's got Zinchenko on his bench and he's got Greenwood.
He's got Zinchenko on his bench.
So he's got Zinchenko on his bench, but he's got Zinchenko, so he's got a back
I think
five.
that's based on the Crystal Palace game.
He's got a back five.
But you know what the thing is? He's got a back 4. He's got 4-4-2, but it's the thing where Zinchenko's on his bench as an option. So with a 5, he's got. If people are injured, he's got options. So that's a
I
good
think
thing.
it's the Crystal Palace game. Ollie brings Zinchenko in for the second game. And you'll be all right.
Okay. Right. Well, let's just dabble into the captain's picks for the first opening game week anyway. So, who have you lot picked as your captains?
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah.
Guaranteed. Fulham, I'm seeing a hat trick. It could even be, in my eyes, I might just do my triple captain early.
Fulham. Yeah.
Fulham, Hattie, 100, I think it's guaranteed.
Fairs. Dempsey.
That's you being a fan, man. I want you to do your triple captain. Do it, man. Do it.
I think it's an honest potential shout.
Well, last year you tried to use all your you tried to all use your chips to try and catch Dempsey.
Yeah,
You might as well start early.
Yeah, I think that's what he done. He got the run on us early.
Not really. I
Chasing the win.
got the run early. I was top from like the 5th week. Or
Yeah,
something.
you was gone.
Like,
Who's your
But-
captain pick anyway, Dems?
nah, I've gone for Harry Kane.
I'll hear it.
I've gone for Harry Kane. Even though I got Salah in my team, I've gone for Harry Kane. I think
Well,
Harry Kane. at
Tottenham
home
have got Southampton at home, which looks
Southampton
like
at
a
home.
very good fixture.
Yeah, and I think Kane is more likely to supply than Salah as well.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Kane's just about goals. But
Yeah.
It's a bit of a risk because I got both of them in my team,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you
I
got
think-
both. You can take the risk.
Do you know? Do you know what it is? There's so many teams that's got away, so many of the big hits have got away fixtures opening game of the season. Like I've got genuinely my whole back five are away from home.
yeah.
My midfield four, 3 of them away from home, and my 2 up front. I've got 1 home fixture, Rashford. That's it.
And that's against.
That's another thing that we have to count. We have to take into account is the away fixtures.
No, of course.
Sometimes a bit more difficult. Sometimes about the matchups.
Southampton might be.
Southampton.
Fulham is a walk in the park.
Yeah, Fulham should be walking apart. But I've got Salah in my team, and I'm probably going to go with Salah.
And this is Salah's first
Yeah.
day of the season.
Yeah,
He's
I
guaranteed scoring.
I think Haaland and Jesus, they got Crystal Palace and West Ham away, so I think they're a bit tougher fixtures. I
I'm
think
gonna
Salah
stand
with
on
Fulham.
it. I'm gonna stand on Harry Kane.
Even the defenders, people, if you've got Trent and all them kind of
Cheeky
people,
defenders,
Cancelos,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff, it
Trent could be a captain shout as
could
well.
be a captain shout.
Because we're probably clean sheet's there. That's what in my
Yeah,
eye,
he is a
clean
captain
sheet.
shout. Yeah, the clean sheet
And
is
he
there.
probably can get 1 or 2 assists maybe.
Yeah, I hear it.
Man, Fulham don't break your heart, bro. Break your
Nah,
fantasy.
this-
When the early 10-minute goal goes in,
FPL team as well, bro.
I'll be
you don't even get to 60 points. You don't even get to 60 minutes for the 6 points. And you're like,
I'm sure the last time you played Fulham, they won at your ground.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. There's things that you have to remember.
1-0. I think it was 1-0.
Van Dijk was injured now. Come on, we had let's not get into that.
Do you know
Salah was playing though.
Do you know what it is though?
What does that do to Salah was playing?
But do you know what it is? That is the worst thing though. You know when you're at 60 minutes and you're looking at your team, you're looking at points and saying, I've got 60 points, 70 points. Yeah, it's looking nice.
When the second
75
point
minutes goes in.
10 minutes later.
75 minutes. 45 points. I've conceded 3 goals.
Like, what the fuck happened?
When the second point kicks in, and then you lose your clean sheet. because
Yeah,
you
bro.
can see the goal.
That
Heartbreaking.
hurts me, man.
Heartbreaking.
But yeah, that's our captain's picks anyway. And yeah, that's about it really to wrap up the show. The first episode on Who Knows Ball, the FPL show. This is the channel Who Knows Ball.
Damn,
Yeah,
Who Knows
so
Ball.
we're gonna see who knows ball in this season, and we're gonna see who finishes top of our league. We're gonna see who finishes top of the open league of the league for all you viewers and all that kind of
I
stuff.
know one of you guys are going to try catch me. I know.
Yeah, let's see if you can catch
know, I
Dempsey.
know.
Let's see if you
see.
can put up the points that Dempsey put up last year.
Let's see.
So yeah, but yeah,
It'll be interesting though. If it's
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Tight, if you even go out, meet these people,
I don't
watch the
see
last
any
game
of-
together. That'll be
yeah,
sick.
you never know.
What do you
Like
think?
this is what I'm saying. I've already
That'll be
featured
sick.
one of you lot's teams in the show. Every other week I might feature one of like my top point scorers of the week from the FPL League. So yeah, just make sure that you're involved. If you ain't
Yeah.
already involved, go to the link in the description. I might tag the code in there. If not, go to my Twitter page. I've got the code up there. I've tweeted it a couple of times, so you can join that. And hopefully you've all got a better insight to the start of the season and stuff like that. We might be able to go on Spotify. Depends. Obviously, we've been plugging a lot of teams and stuff like that. We've been reading through the players. But hopefully we'll be able to be on Spotify soon. But we're going to be on YouTube at the start anyway and see how it progresses. But yeah, hopefully you lot have got a better insight into the league. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe. This is my first vid, new channel.
Yeah, put some teams in there as well, man. Let's see. Let's
Yeah,
see
put
some
in
of
the
your
comments.
teams,
Comment
man.
on what you think is, if there's been any howlers.
Tell
if
me
you
I'm
think,
crazy. Tell me it's crazy, man. I want to know what's going down, man. I
But
wanna
yeah,
know.
but if you lot put in your cheapest value defenders, what we were talking about, your top performers, comment down below whatever you feel about the show, any parts of the segments you want to put in, comment.
If there's something funny, you might reach for it.
Yeah. But yeah, just remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe, put the notification bell on so you can see my uploads. I'm going to be trying to upload regular on this channel. Who Knows Ball? The FPL segment is here. We're going to be seeing Chelsea segments. We might have, I might even give you predictions for game results on the weekend. So we're going to have a lot of stuff on this channel. But yeah, thanks, guys, anyway. Till next week. It's been me, Sugar Sean, Creme de la Dems, and Rizak. And yeah, next week. Peace.